Hey, this is Rob with Road Dirt, and we have had this Triumph Tiger 900 rally for about the past 3 weeks or so. And man, it has been an absolute blast to ride. We have had such a great time with it. And we've really gotten the opportunity to ride it in a lot of different kinds of conditions as well. I mean, when I first picked it up from Triumph North America at an event they were doing in downtown Atlanta, trying to get used to it and ride it. Actually out on the interstate, man, I got slammed by rain, so I immediately was able to kind of fiddle with it some and figure out how to get it into rain mode. And of course, being so unfamiliar with the bike, putting it in rain mode, initially I didn't really see a lot of difference. It wasn't until later that I was able to really figure out that it really did, make a substantial difference. But we got to ride it out on the open road, did hours of interstate on the bike. It handles great just for day-to-day commuting. We did a lot of that. Just out here in the country roads, tight twisties, and we did a little bit of dirt and a little bit of gravel with it, of course, because it is an adventure bike. So getting ready to turn it back in. I want to thank our friends at Triumph North America for giving us a loaner for the better part of a month. And want to share with you some of our insights, some of our impressions of what is truly a fantastic motorcycle and really a do-everything bike. So we sport toured the Tiger out on the open road. Did really well. It was a great bike out on the open road, man. It served me well. It rode with ease, wasn't any trouble. Just logged the miles and the hours as we were rocking along over to Birmingham, Alabama for the Moto America races. And check this out, man. They let me get out on the track with it. Saturday night, we had the opportunity to take it out on the track. One of the Moto America guys had asked me, hey, they're doing a VIP parade lap with a bunch of bikes. Would you like to get the Tiger out on the track? And I was like, heck yeah, man. So they arranged it and got me in the group. And the only downside was I was really hoping we'd get to do it at speed, but for safety purposes, they wouldn't let anybody pass each other and didn't allow any hooliganism, which I understand. And turns out there was a guy about 2 bikes up in front of us that was on an old Honda CB350. So everybody else, I think, got to go a little bit faster, but since we weren't allowed to pass, me and a guy on a Kawasaki Concourse in front of me found ourselves behind the slow dude and the old dude. But still, getting to take the bike out on the track at Barber Motorsports was a thrill for me, because that's just like a bucket list track for me to ride. And then getting to take the Tiger out on it, get a little bit of a feel for what Moto America racers experience, and really just how well the bike just can dive into corners and everything. It's a great all-arounder. The bike just not only knocked out the miles with ease, but man, it was a thrill on the track too. The bike did well. So we actually took it in the dirt some too. I mean, it is an adventure bike. You got to ride it in the dirt some. And though I haven't really been on dirt since I was a kid, man. Phil's the MXer in the crew. When you put it into off-road mode through the ride modes, it disables traction control. And man, you can really slide it around and move around a lot easier on it in the dirt. And obviously, as an adventure bike, this is where the Tiger 900 Rally really excels. So a little bit about the motorcycle. It's actually an 888cc inline triple engine. That's the power plant. It's got a 6-speed gearbox, makes about 94 horses at about 8,700 RPM. Puts down 64 foot-pounds of torque at about 7,200 RPM. It's got a Showa suspension, front and rear, all of it adjustable. And I really like the Brembo brakes fore and aft.
The braking system's got a multi-mode ABS, optimized cornering ABS. That's a really cool feature too. The Triumph Tiger 900 Rally comes equipped with a slip and assist clutch as well, and a quick shifter, which means out on the open road, I actually got in the habit of not upshifting with the clutch at all, just clicking up through the gears without even using the clutch. And but I love that feature, a slip and assist clutch as well. Works really well. So it's got a 7-inch display, a TFT one, with a digital speedometer, trip meter, got a built-in tach, gear position indicator, fuel gauge. It's got a service indicator too, and outside ambient temperature. Traction control shows up on the display as well as the different ride modes. I think I'll show you the ride modes. Check this out. You can actually get into the ride modes across the top of the screen there. See me scrolling through those. Rain mode. Typical one is road mode. It's in blue for some reason. And then we've tried it nose and sport mode. Got a little off-road mode with it. So we've really been able to try all 4 of the modes on this thing. And what you do is when you get to the one you want, you just kind of press the little bottom button on the left side that you use to change it between all those right there. And that actually is the main menu. And it'll save it for you. And you're in that mode, even while you're out riding. So it's very user-friendly, very easy and intuitive to maneuver through. I love the connectivity that Triumph also builds into the Triumph Tiger 900 Rally. You get into the main menu, and you've got your you can get into your ride modes, your bike setup, trip setup, display setup, and check this one out. You can actually click into Bluetooth, and man, you can send and receive calls. You can play your music. It's got different kinds of devices. This thing will connect to the newer GoPros. It's really cool. All of this through, you actually have to download an app. It's called the My Triumph Connectivity System. It's available in the App Store and the Google Play Store. And it'll connect everything up. And also there's a couple of places on the bike. One of them is underneath the seat where you can actually connect into a USB and set your phone underneath the seat and not even have it, just control everything from right up here. All right, I also used the cruise control out on the open interstate. Found this function real easy to use. You get up to speed and you just kind of set it, and man, it just grabs the throttle control and you coast along. If you have to disable it, you just roll off or tap the brakes and it disables it. And then if you need to get back up to speed, just hit resume when you're close and it'll grab the throttle again and take over for you. So I actually used that several times out on the open road. Worked really well. Now out on the road, there was a feature right here that I really found quite useful. Heated grips. You can actually, if you look over here on the screen, you can activate the heated grips, and you've got 3 different modes for the heated grip. Off, and then those 3 right there. And I tell you, they really work. I was riding back from Birmingham from the Moto America races at Barber Motorsport Park at night, and it got pretty cold, and I put these things on, and man, that was awesome, big time. The seat height is adjustable actually, so you can manually adjust it once you get the seat off. Anywhere from 33.46 up to about 34.25 inches. For a little short guy like me, they had it set all the way down to the 33-inch seat height, and it's still a little bit of a throw to get my leg over, but it's manageable. And you can also see right here, you can dial out suspension preload in the rear, and they had that dialed out quite a bit for me to make it more compliant in the back end, which once I was able to get a leg over, it worked really well for me. I like the rider triangle as well. It's a very upright rider triangle. Foot pegs are pretty much right below you. Handlebars are at a height where if you go over obstacles or rough terrain, you can just stand right up. It's very easy to stand up with it, and made it very maneuverable even for a little guy like me to move around on it. The dry weight, I don't know why they give you a dry weight. I guess they're supposed to do that, but dry weight is at 432 pounds. I guess that means if with a full tank of gas, you're probably talking maybe 450, maybe not even quite that much. Because by the way, the tank is a 5.28 gallon tank, which means I was getting about 51, 52 miles per gallon out on the road with it. So you can do about 250 plus or minus miles on a tank of gas. It's got pretty good long legs. So to get underneath the seat, insert the key right there. Another cool thing, there's a 12-volt adapter right there on the side. And you turn the key, pop the rear seat right off. You can tell it's been ridden. Here's a cool feature. You push this in here and it snaps it open, and you've got a USB adapter port right there, and you can set your phone right in here, nice and cushioned. Charge it while you're sitting on it. Very cool. And also the front seat pops off real easy as well. And you look underneath here, it's actually got a toolkit. So many bikes nowadays don't even give you a toolkit. I think on my Triumph Street Cup, they gave me an Allen wrench. What the heck that's for, I don't know. But this is a full toolkit, really awesome. And
so actually taking it out on the open road, just riding some country roads for the day. I put it in sport mode for a while just to get a feel for that. In road mode, it obviously does fantastic. I spent most of the time, I think, riding in road mode, but getting it in sport mode kind of tightens the gear ratios up a little bit and feeds more throttle. You can get a little more jiggy with it. It's not supremely noticeable like on sport bikes, but it's there and it works great.
So that's the Triumph Tiger 900 Rally. We have had a great time with it, and there's been so much to learn about this motorcycle in the time we've had it. But it's really been a great time. We're thankful to Triumph North America for the loaner for the last few weeks. And as far as an adventure bike, I would really say this is more than an adventure bike. It's an adventure bike, but it's almost like the British version of a Swiss Army knife. It'll do everything. We actually did open interstate on it, like we said. We've been in the gravel and in the dirt with it. We did curvy country roads, tight twisties. Actually had it out on the track at Barber Motorsports for a few laps. Let us turn a few laps on it there. It really is just the do-everything motorcycle for you. And I would really recommend it if you're looking for a bike in the shed that will carry you anywhere, anytime, under any circumstances. This is the bike. Well, this is Rob with Road Dirt, encouraging you to ride life.